Welcome to No Man's Sky survival mode. Now this is going to be my last part, not of the series but on the Pathfinder update, because I'm recording this on the 10th of August 2017 if you're watching this in the future, and it's been a pretty hectic week I suppose, which culminated in a 72-hour Twitch live stream over the weekend, which became a bit of an endurance struggle, guys, and I will confess that I didn't watch it all, partly because a lot of the large events happened at 2 o'clock in the morning for me and I just couldn't stay awake. There's a limit to how well you can sustain your kind of concentration when you are effectively looking at a hamster asleep in a cage. Mr. Noodles, I'm really glad that he's found a new home, but it did become a bit of an endurance struggle, plus the fact that I had to maintain my normal schedule, which involved recording. So anyway, basically we had a 72-hour live stream which gave a reveal which I think some guys were a little bit disappointed with. I wasn't. I found it very, very interesting. I really enjoyed doing the puzzles that I did. I didn't do them all. Some of them I had absolutely no clue, and I take my hat off to all you guys out there who solved them so quickly. I mean, I'd barely started thinking about the problem and the answers were already flashing up. I couldn't believe it. And the result of that is the live stream is we got confirmation that the release would be 1.3 and Atlas Rises. That was confirmed by Sean Murray. I've just been lashed. Great. In what is now officially posted on the Hello Games website, and I think we had two reveals which came out, and I'm just going to show you the two reveals. The first one is a new ship type that came out quite early, and you can see it's got this vast vertical wing that kind of sticks up. Now it's an example of a ship, and I'm hoping that, bearing in mind that all ships in No Man's Sky are procedurally generated within limits, so I'm hoping that that is an example of a ship type rather than just one ship. You know, that maybe that we're going to get variants of that, and I also hoping that it will be a, how can you explain, it will be a specific type, because at the moment we have a hauler, a shuttle, a fighter and an explorer, and I would like it to be something like a science ship or something like that. I mean, I don't, or maybe even a long range science ship, so that it may be that if you can get one of these, that you get even more range on your warp drive or some perk or something else related to it. I mean, I think that would be really cool, but I'm not going to speculate much more than that, because obviously we've just got the one picture next to a base and we're just seeing, and I'm sure everyone's going to be rushing out trying to find them. I will, but to me it's not, a new ship type isn't the most exciting part. The thing that really piqued my interest is the confirmation that portals are now going to be active. Now I'm just going to put the picture up, the guys. Here we are. Here's the picture. You can see the portals overall design looks the same. It's a bit difficult to see because it's just one angled shot, but you can see there's now going to be a terminal, and the terminal's got 16 glyphs around it. Now those glyphs that are around that terminal are actually the same glyphs as what actually appears on the Waking Titan website, and these are the glyphs that we've been unlocking. I think we've got to glyph 9, so there's still more glyphs to be unlocked, but I'm going to talk a bit more about that in the future. It's also been confirmed now as part of the release description that portals will allow us to move between locations. I think the key word there is locations, because I'd be a bit disappointed if it's just a form of kind of super fast travel, because we've got teleporters to move between our bases and the, just going to grab the features. Yeah, I'd be a bit disappointed if it's just a kind of super teleporter that we can set up to move between bases bases, because we've got the teleporter, and again, it's like if it's a fast travel capability that takes us close to the galaxy center. Again, I'd be a little bit disappointed if that's just it. I'm hoping that there's going to be a bit more to it, but at the same time, there's another part of me that says I hope Hello Games pays tribute to the community, especially the guys who built the Galactic Hub. And I think it'd be really cool if one of the options on the portals took you to the Galactic Hub and be used to build that sense of community. Speaking for someone who's still 97 jumps away from the Galactic Hub and still working my way towards it, a shortcut that would take me to the Galactic Hub would be really, really cool. And I think that would be a massive support to the community as a whole, a recognition of the work that those guys have done for the game and pulled it round. And I think that will then kind of lead into strengthen the overall community, but I'll come back to that in a minute. Now, my other hope is that I would, how can you explain it, that portals will take us between galaxies, because in my first Let's Play way back in the autumn of last 2016, I got to the centre of the galaxy like I think so many other people. I did the dash, got to the centre of the galaxy, and then went to the next one. I can't remember what it's called now offhand. It's a long time since I've actually looked at it. And one of my disappointments was that I effectively left the Euclid galaxy behind, and I couldn't see any way of getting back. And I think it would be really cool if portals were a way of being able to travel between galaxies. You know, that you could travel backwards and forwards, and I think that would really, really expand the game. So that's my kind of second wish for portals. And the other one is that portals will be a gateway to key points of interest within the game that could lead to multiplayer. You know, because there is a rumour that Hello Games have recruited a specialist in procedurally generated cities, so maybe we will get some kind of mega cities or ring worlds. I mean, it'd be really cool if they had a ring world or something round a planet, because again, I'd love to see more biomes introduced into the game to make it a bit more interesting. Yeah, so I'm hoping portals will be a gateway into multiplayer. And now I'm going to be honest, I'm not a big fan of straight off multiplayer as most people envisage it, where you're kind of meeting your friends in world. I think the multiplayer, and I think we've got this hint from what's been going on with the ARG, what I would like to see developed in the multiplayer form is to take what they've already started to create with the ARG. They created the Citizen Science Division, and then this spins back to what I'm thinking with Waking Titan, that I've got a feeling, and this is pure speculation guys, I've got no magic inside information. I think that the community could be developed using the Waking Titan website. They've been very coy about what happens to the Waking Titan website now that the release is approaching, and of course, again, this is pure speculation guys, not all the glyphs have been unlocked on the website, and I hope that what they're actually going to do is integrate the Waking Titan website into the game, in the sense that it may relate to, how can you say, locations, missions, puzzles, which you will find within the game, which will then unlock the glyphs. And I think that was what will pull the community together, that it won't be so much, I mean, the in-world interaction probably will come with time, but I think the key factor is that I can see things happening within the game which will then relate to Waking Titan, which similar with the ARG, and then we'll be working together to solve those puzzles and problems within the game itself. So, and that may spin back to portals that maybe we will be have options to travel. I don't particularly want to fall down a hole. Oops, there's another one there. Don't want to fall down that. And I've fallen down a hole. Great. Oh, well, I've got a way out. Yeah, so I'm hoping that Waking Titan will kind of act as a gateway for the community and tie into the citizen science division. So I'm hoping that the ARG type style will spin back into the game, kind of give us all a sense of community within the game, finding things, you know, and of course that now leads into the much speculated fourth race. Now again, this is purely my opinion and speculation, but I think the fourth race is us, the player, the traveller. We are the fourth race, and again, I'm taking clues from what was said from Emily and all that, and I think Emily, who's now we all know is Loop 16. I think she's going to possibly come in the game in a game form as well, and parts of the clues on during the live stream was the fact that we shaped who Emily was, and I think to a certain degree we've also shaped who the fourth race, i.e. us, is. That we're going to shape that race, and that's going to be part of the community. That we are the fourth race. Now, whether we're actually going to get to see ourselves in the game, I think that may happen eventually. But I think that would be really, really cool if that was the fact that us, the traveller, are the fourth race, and maybe we'll have some input into what that fourth race will look like, or the attitude of that fourth race, and how that fourth race then interacts with Atlas. And I think that would be really, really cool. But I'm going right out on a limb now, guys. This is absolutely 100% pure speculation. I've got no secret inroad to Hello Games, so take everything I'm saying with a pinch of salt. I am completely on a flight of fantasy of what I'd like to see the game go, so that we have this. I mean, my ultimate vision for the game would be is that we have this platform of an infinite number of worlds that will be growing over the time, new features will be added, there will be this community growing that will operate both inside and outside the game via the Waking Titan and the citizen scientist division. And the storyline, we will control the storyline, we will define the storyline, where it wants to go in the way, and I think the Galactic Hub is a good example of that, in the sense of, you know, that we formed the community. I mean, in some ways Hello Games has given us the platform to form a community of our own, and we are shaping that community, and where that community goes will depend on us. And I think that is really, really cool. And I'm going to stop, guys, because I'm starting to eulogize now about what could happen, and as I said, it's pure speculation. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about the update. What I will say, guys, is that Orbit TV, Cobra TV, DM21, and I think Serious Gamer, there's lots of people planning anniversary live streams. There's so many of them, and they're playing marathons. I'm not going to try and compete with these guys. I'm not even going to pretend, because I'm not a streamer, mainly because I just don't have the internet access capable of supporting streams, and the nature of my job means that it's very difficult for me to live stream at times when people would be on. But I will be watching those streams as and when the game releases, and of course, obviously, once the game releases, I will try and download it as fast as possible. I mean, although with the odds are that that will probably happen in the middle of the night when I'm asleep, but that's the way it goes. And yeah, I might drop in on some of the streams as they go. I mean, I'll be honest, I do find it quite difficult sometimes when, especially when it gets late at night and I'm tired and people are just talking. I find it quite difficult to actually keep up with the streams. I actually do fall asleep at the keyboard. I will confess that actually happened during the Waking Titan stream, and I actually missed some of the key points, not because I wasn't on the stream, but because I was asleep at the desk. Anyway, I've digressed again, guys. So I'm not going to compete with these guys. I'm going to let let them cover the anniversary of the release of the game, because it will be on the 12th. Well, 12th for me because I play on the PC. And what I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to guarantee you that there will be No Man's Sky content on my channel. Once all the hype and the buzz around the release disappears, I think we all know that many of the bigger channels will move on to new things, which is the nature. I mean, those guys are full-time YouTubers. I'm not. Therefore, they've got to keep their viewers up. They've got to go on to the next big thing. But I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I do this because I enjoy sharing the games that I like playing, and therefore what I intend to do is that once all the hype dies down and we get back and the release comes up, I'm going to keep producing the content, doing it and sharing with what I'm doing in No Man's Skies with you guys. And this is what I'm going to talk about in this last section. Now, the current series, this survival series, will continue, because obviously if there's new content, missions to go, I'm going to need a freighter and resources, which is the reason why I'm been running across this planet collecting resources. Because one thing I've found in searching for portals and various other bits and pieces is that you go through resources incredibly quickly. So effectively what I've been doing at the moment, or the last couple of days, is just stocking up on resources, especially plutonium. I'm just going to show you guys. I've been running round, I think, literally stocking up on plutonium and any other resources that I can find, in preparation for I need to do a lot of travelling and various other bits and pieces. Great, do that to me. And so the survival series will go on in some shape or form, and on top of that, permadeath will be back, because I've been waiting patiently. I must admit, it's been very, very difficult for me, because I did that stupid mistake and got myself killed, and I think it's time to work my way back to the ship. Yep, I got myself killed out of total stupidity, and I said at the time that I wouldn't. And that's an example of my stupidity that I actually do. Where's my ship gone? Where's my ship? Oh, there it is. Ah, it's parked in a rock. Oh, look at that! Blew the rock up. Yeah, and I've had to. I've been a bit impatient. I will confess that I really want to get back onto the permadeath run, because I do want to get to the center of the galaxy and get that unlock for getting to the center of the galaxy in permadeath mode. And so permadeath will be back, and the other reason why I do want to start effectively a new series of No Man's Sky, because if there is a fourth race and a more story content, which I'm hoping there will be, the best way to experience that is by starting a new game, because a lot of what happens is in the early part of the game. I mean, once you get to the point like I've got here with the survival, I might just show you guys. I mean, you can see here I've completed all the milestones. I've got maxed out relations with every single race, and well, that's gets you to a point where you effectively need the additional content and the interaction with the community to keep the interest in the game going, when there's only so much flying around exploring planets you can do. Not that I find it boring, but goes. So anyway, I'm kind of rambling a bit now, guys. So permadeath will be back, and I will try. Well, the rules will be exactly the same as last time. I will try and get there, because remember, guys, I know some of you guys will say, well, you're not streaming it, how do we know you're not cheating? Well, personally, it's a personal ambition for me, and therefore if I get myself killed, I'm not, well, I would be cheating you guys if I didn't reveal it and say I died, but I'd be effectively cheating myself, and that's not what I'm about. I mean, this isn't me on some ego trip saying how cool I am, look at this, I can get there. I play these games for my pleasure, and I'm sharing it with what I do. Therefore, it's important to me that I play the game as I would play it, even if I wasn't recording it. In fact, that's the way it is. Anyway, I'm digressing. So yeah. So quick roundup, guys. Oops. Oh yes, because the iron. Teach me to mine iron. A quick roundup, guys. The No Man's Sky update will be dropping in the next couple of days. That Sean Murray has confirmed it will be this week. I know there's some definition of what the first day of the week is, and of course there's time zones, but I think it's going to be, I mean, my speculation could be even as early as late today. This is on the 10th, or maybe on the 12th, and so that will drop, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of excitement, and everyone's going to be grabbing for the release notes. And for me, on a personal level, and for the channel, the survival series will keep going. It will pick up any threads that come out of the release, and then the permadeath series will start again. And what I will probably do is put more focus on the permadeath series to start with, unless something really exciting goes. So in the short term, while I'm doing getting the permadeath up and running, the survival mode could be more of a, I've been looking at this and I've gone off and explored this, so it won't be a blow by blow. I think that would be the better way forward. Anyway, guys, I think I've rambled on far too long for this. I wanted to keep this video nice and short, and I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you've enjoyed the video, hope you found it interesting, and I hope you, like me, you are looking forward to many more hours of really good gameplay in No Man's Sky. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.